All right, good morning, everyone. This is lesson number 3, and we are working on angles today. An angle is a geometric shape that is formed when two rays have the same endpoint. So we can see that these are two rays because they have an endpoint and one arrow that extends forever and ever without ending. So, angles are measured by the amount of rotation or turning from one ray to another. So they give you an example here. So if both of these arrows started here, if they both started on top of each other, and this one moved, we could see this is called a quarter turn or 1/4 turn. This is called a 1/4 turn because if you notice this, if I was to cut this into fourths, this turn here equals 1/4 of the whole circle. This one is called a half turn because it is half of the circle. This one is called a full turn. We can see it's a full turn because of the red circle shows that it has gone all the way around. Whereas the other ones, you can see, this one shows halfway around. This one shows a quarter of the way around. Okay. In our example here, it says trace the lines to draw an angle that measures 1/4 turn. Then draw an angle that measures less than a 1/4 turn. So if I trace these, I can see this is 1/4 of my circle. If I wanted to now draw an angle that measures less, I can use the center endpoint and draw another ray in between the two angles. Now I know that this turn here has to be less than a quarter turn because this is a quarter turn. If I went just here, it's less. Turn the page. Let's try it. Trace the lines to draw an angle that measures a quarter turn. Then draw an angle that measures greater than a quarter turn. Okay, same thing. So here's my quarter turn. Now I'm going to start from my center endpoint. And now I'm just going to draw another ray that goes after the 1/4. I could draw it here. I could draw it here. I could draw it here. I just need to show the turn. Okay, that one is greater than 1/4. Let's draw a conclusion without drawing. So without drawing a circle, determine whether the angle at the right has been measured greater than, less than, or equal to a half turn. Well, a straight line shows me that this is a half turn because straight lines would be a half of the circle, okay? I'm not going to write it out. You don't need to write it out either. But I want you guys to see straight lines are always going to be a half of a turn, okay? You can also see by the red circle here, this looks like half of a circle, okay? Refer to the angle you drew in the activity above. State whether the angle's measure is greater than, less than, or equal to a half turn, okay? So we know that this one is equal to the half turn, okay? All right, moving on to the practice set. This one's for you guys to do. I will do the first two as an example. If you don't need it, you can move on. If you do, if you need to go back, go ahead, rewind. If not, you can watch me do a couple more examples. Draw an angle with a measure than a less than 1/4 turn. It's always easier to just start with a straight ray, and then you can kind of dot, make a little trace mark of where 1/4 would be, and then just draw a ray that would come before it. Okay, draw an angle with a measure greater than 1/4. Okay, so I start with my straight line from my endpoint. I can draw my little dots to where 1/4 would be. And then I'm going to draw my ray anywhere after that. Okay. All right. Good luck. If you have any questions, comment down below.